So hello YouTube, this is my 2 years old Swift VDI AMT 2019 model. Okay, so today I am going to talk about my experience about the extended warranty and who should go for it and who should not. Okay, so because of lockdown you can see the total running on my odometer is only 16,587, and I did my last servicing. Here it is. I did my last servicing on 11,299 kilometers, and therein ignore this date. As of now the date is something like 28th month. Okay, it's been over 1 year now. So I got call from the service center that your servicing is due. Okay, so I said that my running is not even crossed 5,000 kilometers as of now from the last servicing, and my usage is too low because of lockdown, and I got the synthetic oil last time. You guys must be knowing that synthetic oil easily lasts more than 15,000 kilometers for these diesel engines, and this car has Fiat diesel engine, which is one of the best we had in India for decades. Okay, so considering that, I told them that I don't want to service it now. I will service it after 6 months, uh, as I want to renew my insurance. After 6 months I will do the servicing at the same time from your place, so I will make the same bill for both of the expenses. So that's the different story. So what they told me that your extended warranty will be invalid if you don't service it right now in couple of days. Then I told them that it doesn't make sense to take the extended warranty if you are gonna blackmail me for some lame reasons like this. I know that synthetic oil doesn't change its properties if the car is on idle position for years. Okay, you can go to any technical expert who has the knowledge of all these chemicals and the synthetic oils. So even the normal oil won't change its properties. I am mechanical engineer myself and I had subject for it. So even our professors told that never change the oil as per company recommendation. Change it once you feel its density or the color or the properties are changed. Okay, that's the different story. And you might be thinking that it's Maruti, so the service cost will be less. Let me tell you frankly. So this is the diesel Swift VDI AMT, and approximate service cost will be this time. If I go for servicing, the approximate service cost will be 8 to 10,000, because it will be major servicing after 2 years. So major servicing is nothing but they change the spare part unnecessarily even though they are in good condition. And that's the basic psychology of the car industry. You might be knowing that main revenue of car is not from selling the car, is from after sale service. That's why we see the Skoda, Volkswagen, all these brands have very posh service centers and after sales experience. Okay, because they charge you the premium. So let's not go on that part. What I want to say is this car comes with the 2 years standard warranty. Okay, but as it was new car, we have that kind of enthusiasm while buying the car, and we go for the extended warranty, paying the premium. So for this car I paid 15,000 rupees for extended warranty of 3 years, which is cumulative of 5 years. The 2 year included, which came as a standard, and the extended warranty of 3 years. So now I'm about to get into my third year of this car, and they are blackmailing me that your extended warranty will be invalid if I don't give it for servicing, even though my running is too low compared to this one. So my point being here is, if you are buying the brands like Maruti, Hyundai, or any brand which is easily fixable in service center or even outside of the service center, and which is reliable, any Japanese brand or Korean brand is reliable. If you are talking about the European or German cars or desi jugadu Indian cars, then they are not reliable at all. For in that case, you should go for the extended warranty. But in good cars like this one, which we see from decades, that they don't have any major experience, major maintenance, sorry. So for those kind of cars, you should never go for the extended warranty. That's waste of money. And here I am in third year of this car, and I am thinking of selling it off, because I don't use it much. It's just a liability for me now. I will buy some petrol vehicle, which I will use rarely. So that's all. So my recommendation is to, if you are buying Skoda, Volkswagen, or any premium cars which has premium expenses for the spares of after sales, then only go for the extended warranty. Don't go for extended warranty if you are buying Hyundai, Kia, Maruti, Honda, or any reliable brands. Okay, nothing happens in 5 years. Okay, no major failure will be there if your running is too less like me. If your running is too high, okay, even in this case, if you are running, generally diesel vehicles have crossed the odometer of 50k in couple of years, but in my case it's not even 17k. Okay, so if you are using your vehicle too much, then only go for the extended warranty. That's the request. Save your money, invest in some good audio system or customization, as you can see, but don't waste your money on the company's revenue. Okay, that's all for now, and I don't want to promote anyone for the extended warranty. This was just for your knowledge. That's why I shared my experience about the same. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me share the experience in same video. So this is Swift VDI AMT I used for 16,500 kilometers. The mileage I am getting in city is around, let me show you, is around 20k mpl is the worst mileage I got. And if I travel on a highway, I easily get over 27 28k mpl on light foot. Okay, so for mileage this car is king. For the AMT experience so far have been very good on the highways. In the city sometimes I find it jerky, and especially when I am too aggressive on the acceleration. Okay, so if I am calm and you are not an enthusiast driver, then only go for AMT. I like to rev it high, that's why I get some jerks, and I like to use its torque and power, being the turbocharged diesel engine. That's why I rev it high. And AMT, AMT is not for guys like us. So that's all in this video. Overall experience with this car has been good, but I feel it's overpriced for the competitors. As we can see, the Nissan Magnite, the Renault Kiger, those cars are very comes in the same cost if I compare with this small hatchback. So I feel that those cars are better than this overpriced car. This car went on road for 9 lakhs in 2019, but in 9 lakhs now you can have the good petrol car, I should say, the petrol compact SUV, and that's gonna be the trend for future. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. You loved.